happening, everybody? Welcome back to the TB Toycast YouTube channel. Today we are unboxing from Mattel in the WWE Superstars line, the one and only Jim the Anvil Neidhart. Of course, I unboxed Bret Hart a couple of months ago at this point, so it's been a little bit. So happy to get the Anvil on this edition. Again, what a line to collect. It is one of the most difficult. In fact, this was I believe the most recent wave. With the Jake the Snake Roberts, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, and Eddie Guerrero wave seemingly hitting soon. I haven't really seen anyone finding those. Obviously, this is a Walmart exclusive wave, and we've probably talked about it here on the channel. I know we've talked about it on the podcast. These waves are becoming increasingly more difficult to find with the Monday Night Wars. Whereas Target, seemingly with their Legends line, there's not a lot of issues, right? You go to Target, and if you spend any amount of time there, you usually find 4 or 5 figures of each guy on the peg. So they're not real hard to come by, but for whatever reason, the Walmart waves are not the easiest. And if you do see WWE Superstars, it's going to be like figures from 2 or 3 waves ago. In fact, with the most recent resets, a lot of people are saying that there's not going to be any Superstars on the pegs at all. What does that mean for the future of this line? Will it go to Mattel Creations? It's hard to say. I do know Mattel Creations just recently released a Cody Rhodes, Dusty Rhodes 2-pack. So my thought was that was going to be like an exclusive father-son set, because really there's not too many people they can do in that set that they have rights to both guys on. So I was like, oh, okay, so that's what that is. It's just an exclusive. But maybe the Superstars moves over there. Would you guys like that better? I know I've talked to a couple of my good friends, Daniel Cross being one of them, saying he doesn't really care for that because he likes hunting them. He likes, physically walking in the stores and finding the figures. I get that, but at the same time, it's also frustrating when you never find them. So it is an interesting catch-22. We'll see what happens. Of course, Neidhart looking awesome here. Of course, with the thicker body that we see in the Superstars line, includes soft goods gear. He's got his classic Neidhart ring jacket. This is kind of like 97 Neidhart, I would say. For the Superstars. Now that Brian Pillman's under a deal, I wonder if we'll get like a Hart Foundation Brian Pillman from like the 97 era. It's very possible. Got the cool artwork here, very reminiscent of LJN, which I do like. I love the Motu style carding, which is kind of like the long and tall carding. Of course, Mattel up here. On the back, black and white, which I dig. Good wave. Of course, we've unboxed Bret the Hitman Hart, and Neidhart's coming up. Cactus Jack I also own, so that'll be coming up relatively soon, hopefully. And the Cody and Dusty 2-pack I also own. Bad news on Bret here. He broke. The figure broke. Can you believe that? Oh my gosh, it absolutely... the leg broke off, and it was very tight. I was trying to get it to move, and it broke. So they often recommend, if a joint is tight, heating it up. So tried to force it. Probably not the best course of action, as I found out firsthand. So that was disappointing. I did glue it back. I think for display purposes it'll probably be okay, but any type of movement will probably not suit it too well. So it is what it is. It sucks, but what are you going to do? But overall, very cool figure. I do believe I got all of these from my good friend Coach Doggins, who found them in a nearby city as we open up Neidhart here. Never saw them myself. Never saw them on the pegs. And still to this day haven't. I know a lot of people have found... We're going to open up this little baggie, see what kind of goodies we got in here. A lot of people have found Cactus Jack on clearance. So the Superstars line, there's not a lot of rhyme or reason to it, which I think is where a lot of the frustration comes in for a lot of people, because we literally just don't know. And it becomes harder and harder to want to dive into these, because they're hard to find. Here's the Neidhart glasses, very cool. Those look good. Classic Neidhart shades. We got 2 fisted hands, and we got 2 open hands. So you kind of got a couple of different options there for the Anvil. Oh my gosh, so many twist ties. I need the handy dandy scissors. There they are. They're always the last place I look. Alright, gonna get him opened up here as I can. Every time I open a figure, I always think of the 90s when this was not necessary. I remember when the Marvel Legends Toy Biz figures were kind of a thing. Now this is early 2000s, probably 02, 03 when I first started getting those. And they had like the plastic style packaging, almost like a piece of like a piece of like electronic equipment. maybe like Tiger Electronics, that type of stuff, where it's just a hard clamshell package. You literally had to cut it open with a knife or scissors. But there was no figure swapping. Then I wonder if like that would be an option moving forward. I know they're trying to be plastic free. Being careful on the knees. So that's going to be way more plastic, but maybe that's better so we don't have all these dadgum twist ties, because they definitely don't make it easy. I do like the shades there on Neidhart. Those look good. Those are classic Neidhart shades. Because he always had, like, it's one thing to give him sunglasses. It's another thing to give him, like, the exact sunglasses he wore. I think that's great. Looks good. I dig it. Let's see about the hands. I think I'm probably just going to keep these traditional hands and take his jacket off here. I like the detail there. That looks really good. The anvils down the side. Anvil on the back, and then on the jacket, of course, the Anvil jacket. These were always great. And I remember Jax did a line of these back in 1997, but we never got a Neidhart BCA, which was always kind of weird to me, because I know he wasn't around as long because he had just kind of returned, but never got a BCA, which was unfortunate. We're going to take his jacket off. I'm probably going to pop the hands off for this. Maybe, yeah. Because it's so hard to get across the hands, even if they're not too opened up. It's just sometimes it's hard to get the jacket off with that fabric. Okay, take the jacket off, and we're gonna put Neidhart. What do you guys think? I don't hate it. I don't know if that's totally Neidhart. I mean, I get it for Vader, but Neidhart was just a little husky. He wasn't like a super heavyweight, which I feel like is what we got here. Change the hands around. Why not? Want to do an open hand, and how about a big old fist, because Neidhart threw some fists. Set him up right here. I mean, like I said, I don't think it's bad, but I don't know. But I think at the same time, when you have just a handful of bodies, you have to do what you have to do, and you have to make it work in some way. So I don't hate that. We're gonna put his jacket right over here by him. I don't hate it. It looks pretty good, I think. But again, I think if we were being legitimate, I think Neidhart would use like the Rusev body, right? Like, or a body like that. He doesn't need like the super heavyweight body. And I think sometimes that's a little Jax-esque, where every big guy just kind of had a big guy body. Although I will say Jax did good with Neidhart. They gave him the thicker torso, but not the super heavyweight torso. So there's something to that. I believe this is the same body as Vader. I could be wrong there. Probably as Cactus Jack as well. And as we know, those guys had very different bodies. So, but again, it's not bad. And I think with this line, they're not trying to do a ton of different bodies. That's the point. It's just supposed to be one or two. So if you're a regular size guy, you get the regular size body. If you're a little bit husky, you get the husky size body, and that's just the way that it is. So I can dig that for sure. But overall, it's a good figure, and it's cool to have Neidhart in the line. Like I was saying at the top of the show, it's really difficult to find these. So if I were you, I would definitely kind of think about it. I do know there was a website called Paulmart, which I used to use a lot, and they charged, I think, $5 more. I think it was $10 more per figure. But they didn't charge tax or shipping. So, if a figure's $20 and you pay tax, you're probably looking at like 23. But by the time you get out of the store, and so I'm like, okay, and these I'm paying $30. I'm like, all right, so it's $7 more. But if you think shipping and all that stuff, you're probably better off with the number of trips you're making. But Paulmart started going up on their prices, and they're hard to catch in stock anyway. So I'll be honest, if these go to Mattel Creations, really wouldn't hurt my feelings. I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it's really tough to get these, and that's the thing is, like, I don't understand the business model. Maybe it's just because I'm a collector at heart. I don't know, and I've talked to a lot of people about this. I'm like, I'm going in with cash money. Got my money. Here it is, and you're telling me, yep, we have nothing for you to buy. So hopefully that does get fixed as far as distribution. I know distribution has kind of been an issue with toys for a long while, and it is weird to me that a Walmart here, in point A, has everything, and then point B, 10 miles down the road, does not. So are they just not getting it? Are they not putting it out? What's the situation? It's hard to say, but I know a lot of us are running into it. So hopefully we'll know more on the Superstars line as 2025 kind of kicks off here. But overall, I do like these. The very Remco style, and I think they're a lot of fun, so we'll see what happens in the future. But of course, if you guys enjoy my YouTube channel, make sure to check out some of my other unboxing videos. I've unboxed a ton of different types of figures, including, like I already mentioned before, the Bret the Hitman Hart Superstars unboxing. Check that out. If you're a NECA fan, how about the Captain Spaulding unboxing? Did that probably about a month ago at this point. Some DC Multiverse like Godspeed, Eradicator, and Santa Batman are all in the archives. And for Super 7, how about Monkey or Lion-O from the Super 7 Thundercats, as well as a Super 7 Michelangelo from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You can check that out as well. Lots of Mattel Elite, including the Goon. Butch Doink. Butch Doink. Oh my gosh, I always mess that up. Butch Doink from the Bushwhackers, of course, when he donned the Doink makeup. How about the Headbangers, Mosh and Thrasher, also available in the archives. And so many more. A lot of Spawn figures like Saber, Medieval Spawn, and Commando Spawn, all available as well. And a lot of Simpsons figures, including Lisa Simpson, Krusty the Clown, and Radioactive Man. So lots of cool stuff to check out if you are new to the channel, which I do appreciate you stopping by, and hopefully you hit that subscribe button. Trying to get to 100 subscribers. When I hit 100 subscribers, we will be doing a giveaway. At that point, we will probably be, once we hit 100, I'll do the giveaway. I'm not sure what it'll be just yet, but it'll be something good. And then following that, we will do a, oh my gosh, what will we do? Probably another giveaway at 250, maybe, and then, 500 and so on. I don't know what the numbers will be, but I want to try to do giveaways every time we hit a certain number to get more people, hopefully, to check out the channel. And, of course, check out the TV Toycast podcast, wherever you get your podcast. Every Thursday, we have a different main event covering a different toy line specifically. We also talk toy news, what has us excited, what we're picking up, what we're selling, what we're not into, all the things in between, so check that out as well. And, of course, the new show, Tales of the Toy Box, Episode 1, is available on the YouTube channel, all about G.I. Joe Street Fighter, kind of a complete history of that line. I think you guys will enjoy that. Check that out as well. Something a little bit different for the channel. But that's it. That's all I got. Thank you guys for checking out the TB Toycast YouTube channel. That is Jim, the Anvil, Neidhart. And we will see you guys in the toy aisle.
Yeah. One more time. It ain't over till I say it's over. So lock the cage up, cause this is a takeover. The wait's over. If this the final time we meet, then you'll be on your back on my feet. Then I'll tip the cage over as a hangover. I'm super fly so I can splash off the top. And I can shut down the shot.